Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a Porsche Cayenne, practically any generation, any year Porsche Cayenne. If you have that guys and you have any of the following two codes, I'm talking about code P0171, code P0174, engine light on, and maybe having both of the codes guys, we will explain 7-8 reasons that can lead to that and how to fix it guys yourself. Before we start, let me tell you, make sure you're watching till the end. It could be any of those things. Another thing, if you need to buy any parts, tools for your Porsche Cayenne, we'll share guys the links in the description of the video below where you can get all the tools and parts for a really good price and quick shipping as well. Also, in addition, we'll be making more than 200 to 300 free repair videos on every single car we get at the shop. Why we do that? Simply because our mission at the shop is to save you as much money as we can. So, all we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Let's explain what we have specifically. It doesn't matter guys if you have a V6, V8, Porsche Cayenne engine, procedure is practically the same for all of them. So, looking at it that way guys, okay, I'm going to remove that cover so I can expose a few things here. Now, what these codes relate to? They relate to lean fuel mixture guys for bank 1 and bank 2. And you start to wonder, okay, what is bank 1, what is bank 2, and what actually, okay, what that means. So, let's cover that now, and we're going to continue, okay, with the things that can cause that. So, that you're getting these codes, P0171, it means lean fuel mixture bank 1, 174 means lean fuel mixture bank 2. Bank 1 is facing the engine on the left side, the left cylinder head, bank 2 is the right cylinder head. Even if you have a V6 engine, procedure will be the same. Even if you have the VR6 engine, which is the closed V engine, still you have bank 1, bank 2, but one cylinder head. So, let's explain now guys, okay, what causes all this trouble. So, with all that being said guys, okay, fuel system too lean, okay, on bank 1, bank 2, or both of them at the same time, means that the engine is getting more air, less fuel, or it's getting the same amount of air, okay, it's getting more air, the same amount of fuel, or the same amount of air, or less fuel, which means that you end up having more air and less fuel than you should for the optimum fuel mixture. So, what can lead to that guys? What can lead to getting extra air? If you have dirty mass airflow sensors, those are the MAF sensors that detect how much air the engine is getting. Actually, it may not calculate correctly how much air the engine is getting. As a result, if it's dirty, it may think it's getting less air, and it can actually guys mess up the system, or it could be even the other way around. So, dirty sensors can cause that. Another thing that can lead to that problem guys, very common, is vacuum leaks. What is a vacuum leak? Any amount of air that the engine doesn't know of. Let's say, okay, anything past these two sensors, okay, if you have a leak somewhere in the system, that can actually cause guys, okay, vacuum leak, because the engine, okay, uses only these two sensors to calculate how much air it's getting. So with all that being said, okay, let's now explain how it works. Let's say you have a loose hose clamp, bad throttle body gasket, bad gasket for the intake manifold, even a bad gasket on a fuel injector guys. Okay, the engine will be getting extra air, and that will lead to lean fuel mixture. Also, you have the purge control valve. It has multiple vacuum lines here. If any of those vacuum lines is cracked, okay, or leaking, that can cause these codes as well. Another thing that most people don't think about, check the hoses for the PCV system right here. Make sure they're connected, porked. Make sure the PCV valve is working correctly. A bad PCV valve can cause that easily as well, because if it's stuck open, the engine will be getting more air, and that can lead to these codes. Now, something else guys, okay, what can actually cause that? It could be also bad oxygen sensors. You have oxygen sensors on the exhaust manifold that detect how much air and fuel you still have in the exhaust, and the engine uses that for fine tuning. So if you have too much fuel in the exhaust, it's going to tell, okay, the fuel injectors, we need to spray maybe just a little bit less, because we need to have the best fuel mixture so the engine is really efficient and powerful at the same time. So the oxygen sensors, if they're not working correctly, they can cause that as well. Also, if you have an exhaust leak before the oxygen sensor, can lead to these codes as well guys. Another thing, okay, we talked about vacuum leaks and extra air. What about if the engine is not getting enough fuel? That could be due to so many things. One of them, bad fuel regulator that doesn't supply enough fuel pressure. Also, clogged, dirty fuel filter. Dirty fuel filter will not let enough gas go through it. As a result, the engine may be starving for gas. Also, it could be weak fuel pump, or it could be dirty fuel injectors that can cause that those codes as well, guys. So many things that can actually cause that code, but you just need to start testing one by one. For instance, what I will do, first I'll clean the mass airflow sensors, then I will go ahead, check the fuel pressure, make sure everything's good. And you can even plug a computer, guys, okay, to the OBD port. We have a video how to do that, and you can check your fuel pressure while you're driving, while you're, let's say, accelerating really fast, so you can see if the fuel pressure is dropping. And from that point on, I'll start checking gaskets, leaks, and vacuum lines, okay. And you can use a fogger machine to check for vacuum leaks easily. So hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let us know, and see you guys next time.